When Red Shandiest ended the longest feet, he would also
touch here. Remark on.
In the message, that's all right. Back on the air after a short hiatus. I am Aaron Phillips, and alongside me is the man, the myth, the legend, and know all of Collectibles.
Absolutely.
Yep. With A.A. Ron, about 6-8 months there.
Yeah. Can you believe how much time has gone by doing these shows?
We've all grown up so much.
Maybe a little herky-jerky, so I'm going to ask you as a backup to download the Go Live Vegas audio app to your phone, your Apple product, and you can at least listen to the audio without interruption if there's any visual concern. But if your video is working on your end, that is cool. Stick with us that way. And always just feel free to join us in the chat room for messaging. Let us know your questions, thoughts, queries, innuendos. Our phone number, 702-660-7666. That's 702-660-7666. And I bring that phone number up because, as always, we have what to offer our listeners.
Well, we have a $25 gift certificate to the store, Power Play Sports Collectibles, at the Boulevard Mall. And the
Only at the Boulevard
Only
Mall.
at the Boulevard Mall. The trivia question this week is, we have a new player for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yes.
Cage Quinney.
Cage Quinney.
Cage Quinney. His father, Ken Quinney, played for the Las Vegas Thunder.
Oh, yes. I remember the Thunder well.
Yes. The first 2 years, he had
all right, there you go.
$25 gift certificate to the Boulevard Mall location of Power Play Sports Collectibles.
All right. So why don't you repeat the question again so this way everybody has it?
Cage Quinney's father, Ken Quinney, played for the Las Vegas Thunder.
I just wanted to hear him to say all the Quinney names again.
Quinney. His father during the first...
Right on. 702-660-7666, the first person to call in. We will not take answers for the trivia question in the chat room. You must call the studio line, again, 702-66.
Looks like he's baffled over there.
He's looking like Doc Brown right about now this morning, doesn't he? The hair's kind of flying all over the place, and yeah, I gotcha. So please download the audio. Go to golive.vegas if you want to watch it online. We have that up as well. And we are up on Go Live Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, and the link will also be on Power Play Sports Instagram later on today, right?
That is
We're going to
correct.
add that on there. So the more avenues to hear us and watch us, please by all means do so. Download the audio app to your phone. Just simply search Go Live Vegas, 3 separate words. Okay, let's get started. Where would you like to begin, sir?
Well,
do we really want to touch on the first topic? It's not like it hasn't been talked about, but let's go for it.
Well, the coronavirus is definitely affecting the sports world now.
Yes.
And the Olympics, there's no backup plan. We've talked about that in the past in our other shows.
Yeah.
But for the sports collectibles people out there, the NBA, along with Major League Baseball, is now advising players not to sign autographs, especially at spring training. That's a big deal.
I saw that.
And some of the teams, I think the Giants are taking some radical steps in being fan-friendly and having them sign items, baseballs, and the other trinkets, and then tossing them to the fans.
Okay.
Is it good? Yes, it's a good stopgap, but I also see a lot of fighting in the stands, which is unnecessary. But it's definitely taken its toll on the sports world. The NHL has barred employees from traveling outside the U.S. or the North America, I should say. And the NC2A tournaments are coming up. People don't remember, don't understand that. That's a huge. Well, most of them are starting like this weekend.
Well, they just had the Mountain West
Yes.
start here in Vegas. I think today's the finals. So.
And a lot of the tournament games are held in California, where it's a hotbed right now,
Right.
Of controversy. And so, how's that going to affect? Are they going to play in front of empty arenas? It came out this morning that LeBron James stated he will not play if the NBA says play in front of empty arenas.
I did see that, and he was very adamant about that because as he said, and I'm kind of semi-paraphrasing, quoting, he plays for the fans.
Absolutely. And he's one of those players that does that.
Yeah.
And you got to respect that. Other signing autographs, the love of the sport.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What I find kind of funny, but yet I understand the reason. Going back to baseball for a second. Most of the players come out wearing batting gloves.
True.
Granted, there's dirt on them from the field, the bat, the pine tar, and all of that, and possibly, but it's kind of funny. Their hands are already covered to be signing these autographs.
Yeah, but then don't forget, and I played baseball,
Sure.
batting gloves, and then you start touching
Right.
your face and,
Yeah.
Wiping your nose or the eyes
Absolutely.
and stuff like that.
Or some unmentionable
Yeah,
areas.
exactly. We're already going there, aren't we?
I know. Why waste time? It's 11 o'clock East Coast. It's never too late.
Yes. And I'm the one that had the problem with the microphone this morning.
That's right.
For those who watch the other show,
Oh, my
it
goodness.
got ugly, 2 weeks ago?
Hey, I want to give a shout out. We have a very special viewer right now in the Facebook chat room. My father is currently watching us right now, who's a big collector, by the way.
Well, now we got to,
No, we don't got to do nothing.
be more
We're
professional.
not changing anything. My dad's been stuck with me for 55 years as is, so nothing surprises me.
But you're 57.
Well, take away, yes, 57. Take away 2 numbers. But anyway, yeah. So even let's go to a wrestling topic. Even the WrestleMania in Tampa Bay coming up in less than 2 months, or at the end of April, even that was in question. Has come up about what to do. So it's affecting a lot of things. And here in Vegas, some conventions have already been canceled. Events have been canceled across the United States. A big music fest in Miami that normally gets like 100,000 attendees. That
Yes.
was announced that was canceled. So, I
Well, the Bella Twins, WWE just
Yes.
announced the Bella Twins are
Right.
not going to do their autograph session. And a lot of that is protective.
well, they're both pregnant.
They're both
So,
pregnant. So, yeah,
Yeah.
there's some precautions there.
I guess, and I shared and posted this on my wall this morning. Dr. Drew, who does all the intervention shows, Dr. Jupinski, and this has been talked about not just by him but a few people. I mean, how much of this panic is being created by the media? And when you compare the numbers of lives lost, which even one is one too many, of the
True.
coronavirus versus the standard flu, which thus far has killed 3,000 people, versus the number of people that have lost their lives with the coronavirus. Why are we not talking about just getting flu shots to protect ourselves from the flu, let alone the coronavirus?
Well, as you're well aware, I was down, out of action for
Yes.
a while with a touch of the flu.
Yes.
I'm surprised that I wasn't worse. I got the flu shot, but you can still get the flu.
Absolutely.
But like you said, the numbers are not justifying the panic. I don't think.
I mean, no toilet paper, no paper towels, no water.
Exactly.
What do you I mean, hand sanitizer, we were talking about this before the show. Somebody on eBay selling hand sanitizer for like $100 a bottle.
They really should be
what?
prosecuted. I'm sorry.
eBay should be blocking stuff like
Exactly.
that. Come on.
Exactly. And the other thing is, it's striking the elderly, which
Yes.
any major flu or type thing usually strikes the elderly because
Yeah.
your immune system's down. And then you hear people that, the suggestion is, wash your hands and be more conscientious of that. And then you hear people come, I wash my hands all the time and, this, that, and the other thing. Or I can tell you just last night being at a casino,
Right?
going in, doing my business in the, facilities.
In the men's room. It's
yeah.
okay, we can say that.
I go to the sink, wash my hands,
Sure.
and there's people that walk right out.
Absolutely.
And then they're out there touching the casino, little keys or the handles on the
Yeah.
slot machines, playing with the cards, and it's common sense, people. Let's just
And it's
smarten
courtesy.
up.
And it's courtesy.
Absolutely.
But anyway.
not just with the whole just being nice, but
Yes. Well,
to be smart.
There is that. Okay.
Let's move on.
Yes, Golden Knights. Why don't you talk about what we have
Oh,
next?
I'm pretty sure there's a goalie controversy now. Marc-Andre Fleury's had a horrible night, and Lerner, our backup goaltender, is having stellar 2 performances, including a shutout. And I can tell you this, on social media, watching it, because I was at a viewing party last night.
Right.
And social media was a buzz.
Okay.
Pull Fleury, do this, give up on the old guy. I'm going to put it out there. I knew there was going to be a goalie controversy. I
Right.
mentioned it when they signed Lerner. They basically took, in my opinion, a better goaltender right now. I'm not taking anything away from Marc-Andre Fleury.
You can't, but every once in a while, a great player starts losing it a
Yeah,
little bit.
you're looking at Willie Mays with the Mets.
Oh, my God, I remember that.
But, Marc-Andre, great guy, great teammate, great in the locker room, great for the fans, great for the organization. He's 35 years old. Mm-hmm. We already know he's got only a couple more years left. $7 million is what they're paying him.
For the remainder of his contract,
Yeah.
or is that the total value?
Year.
For the next 2 years?
Yeah, each year.
14.
14.
Total. Yikes.
So you're looking at Lerner, who's half the price, 7 years younger.
Yep.
Last year, he was a Jennings Trophy winner, Masterson Trophy winner, and Vezina Trophy finalist. He finished second.
For best goalie.
Best goalie in the league. And people just, I hate to say it, Las Vegas, I mean, people are going to the games like mad.
Sure.
But they're not real hockey fans. I'm sorry.
It's an event.
It's an event.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start looking at pen to paper and ink right here on the, you got to wonder.
From a business standpoint.
From a business standpoint,
Right.
is it that time? So I'm going to throw it out there. I love Marc-Andre Fleury. When we got him in the expansion draft, I thought that's definitely a great coup.
Absolutely.
And you know, you got a great backup goaltender. I mean, I'm not taking away anything from Subban. Wish him the best in Chicago. I don't understand why Chicago didn't keep Lerner and get rid of Crawford, who's up there in age. Lerner's had some issues off the ice, but seems to have his stuff together now. So
I think one of the hardest things for management or manager, coach, or whatever is when you have a player that is the echelon of the Marc-Andre Fleury's, the Michael Jordans, all of that, and you know the skills are starting to decline. When do you make that change? And it's a very hard emotional decision, but at some point, as the folks at WWE like to say, what's best for business?
absolutely,
You know.
and the fans are definitely, you've got the fans who are trolling the internet or making absolute pen and ink decisions. But then what's going to happen? I mean, look what happened when they got rid of Coach Gallant.
Right.
It was an uproar.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mention the content. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to do that. But that's good. Thanks for the reminder.
Yes. Our producer's reminding us things via
If you
text
see,
message.
I was going to say, if you see Scott and I look up, like the sky is falling, that's
Yes,
because we
like-
have a monitor that's a little above our eyesight and communication with our producer.
We should have it here on the table.
Anyway, it's all good. But he does make a good point. And
Yes.
look, Golden Knights have reached a level of success so quickly that Knights fans, passionate or otherwise, have such a high expectation. And that's why I think the decision with Fleury is going to be difficult. So.
It's going to be very difficult. And the other thing is, our new coach is not a player coach
No.
at
No.
all. He's shaking up the lines.
Even if you pull Fleury for a week, let him rest a couple of games. Let him keep, if you're looking for him to be your goalie during playoffs,
yeah.
Rest him while we have a guy like this. All right, let's give the trivia question again. First caller at 702-660-7666, 702-660-7666, who has the first answer to the following question.
Cage Quinney, son of Ken Quinney, who played for the Las Vegas Thunder. Ken Quinney's line mates for his first 2 years, very popular players. One was a number 1 draft pick for the NHL. The other one was a great scorer, but a little guy. Name one of those 2 guys, and I will give you that $25 gift certificate to Power Play Sports Collectibles.
Located at?
The Boulevard Mall.
There you go.
Yep.
So first caller, 702-660-7666.
We'll see how many true hockey fans we have there in
Right,
Vegas.
exactly,
Is what I got
exactly.
at.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about some new products and sports cards and some collectible items that you're seeing hit the market.
Absolutely. Sports card products coming out this week. We've got 2019. I started trying to get the year straight. 2019-20 Panini Select Basketball.
Okay.
That's hitting right now, and basically the price has shot up, and all the basketball products has shot up, and we'll talk about that later in the show. And that's because Zion Williams.
Yeah.
Everybody's wanting Zion cards. So those box prices right now have skyrocketed. They're about $425 to $475 per box right now.
Jeez.
I remember when we used to get boxes for, a quarter a pack, 36
And we're talking
packs.
$400 and
Yes.
$425 in hundreds, by
Yes.
the way. Not $4.25, folks.
In my opinion, the price, and that's why we're Power Play. We used to be Power Play Sports Cards.
Right.
Now we're Power Play Sports Collectibles because we've gotten shifted away from the sports cards. We still have them in the store, but we're more of the novelties because I felt that the kids were getting priced out of the hobby.
Right.
When you're talking $30 a box, $20 a box, it's affordable for the kids.
Right.
And, when they're talking $400 or $500, and you'll see some of these prices here, it's incredible. Because we've also got the 2019. Well, unfortunately, that's how they numbered it. But
Right.
the Panini encased football, you get 5 cards in this box.
Okay.
2 of them are relic, 2 of them are autographs. That's $235.
Jeez.
That's one of the most reasonable products. 2020 Panini Donruss baseball is out. It's $80, $90 a box. But the one down a little later on the list here is the 1920 Panini Impeccable Basketball. They're little silver gold logo cards. Once again, Zion is jacking the price, and you're looking at up to $1,000 a box. That's somebody's mortgage payment or rent payment for
Couple
the
of
month.
cars,
Yeah.
easily. You know, it's funny about Zion. I saw a stat this morning on ESPN. In the first, I think it was 20 games, he has the highest field goal percentage in NBA history for a rookie in the first 20 games. He was like at almost 59% field goal percentage.
That's incredible stats.
You know, you're talking 2 or 3, and I don't recall off the top of my head who number 2 was, but there was like a 2 or 3 percentage point differential.
True.
So you could see why with a player like that and his skill set, why these values are high.
Yes.
But $1,000 a box, and you always talk about cards and collectibles and things are not investment features,
Right.
but they're being priced like they are investments.
Well, if you go to page 3 there, and we've got a large run sheet today. Zion rookie cards right now on eBay, an auction tracker basically, and you've got the 19, 20, 2020 select Zion Williams, the Concourse Zebra variation. Mm-hmm. Right now, there's 42 bids on one of those cards, and it's at $2,000 for one card. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not one of those card shops that want to just sell you product.
Right.
Because we've talked about it in the past. Use it as a hobby.
Right.
Do not use this as an investment. I mean, if you're paying $2,000 for a card, what happens if Zion gets hurt?
Right.
And he's already been hurt. That's why he didn't play the first half of the year.
Crazy.
So why don't you, wait for Zion to put together 3-4 years of these stats? I'm not saying the kid's not great.
Right.
But I'm saying the body might just not be able to hold up to the wear and tear of today's game.
Especially since he also likes playing inside.
Absolutely.
As well.
So you're getting
So-
banged around quite a bit.
Absolutely.
You've got the other ones here. You've got the Pelicans 2021 Select Hobby Case 2. You're looking at $1,300. The Panini Prism Zion Williams rookie card, Gem Mint, $2,100.
And folks, you can see all this on eBay. You can
Absolutely.
verify the information that we're sharing with you.
Yeah, 2020 Certified Mirror, gold, number 151. I mean, you're looking at $3,100 for one piece of cardboard. I'm sorry. I was a card collector when I was younger, and that's how I got in this business.
Absolutely.
But don't spend that kind of money on a baseball card or a basketball card.
Don't forget, we had that trivia question up for grabs is a $25 gift certificate to the Power Play Sports Collectible Store at the Boulevard Mall.
And we've got viewers out there that
Yep.
make the question too hard.
I don't know, but all it
Okay.
takes is Google 702-660-7666. That's 702-660-7666. In the meantime, why don't we catch our breath for 15 seconds, and we have a good friend, Mr. Wally Joyner, who's going to share a message with our viewers and listening audience. We'll be right
Yes.
back.
Hi, I'm Wally Joyner. Listen to the Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast every week and visit the store at the Boulevard Mall.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Joyner. Wally Joyner, how cool was that?
Yep, he was a great guest over this past weekend. We had him over at our sports cards, collectibles, toy show at the Boulevard Mall, which is always free admission, so you don't have to pay $4 or $5, no parking fees. So just walk in the mall, do your shopping, go to a movie, go to the other places, Sequest, the escape room place heads
Yep.
up. Great food now coming into the mall.
Right on.
Great sushi place, by the way. And then we had our sports cards collectibles show with toys. So they had the pops, everything. You could shop for that gift for the one you love or don't love.
Or don't love. Talk about some of the other signings you have coming up, as long as we're talking about Wally.
Next week, we have future legend, future star, second generation, son of Brian Pillman. We have Brian Pillman Jr.
Okay.
showing up on Sunday from 12 to 2. And then we have WWE Hall of Famer and monster truck driver Medusa showing up in
Yeah.
April. And I'm checking my phone radically here because I've been in contact with somebody that I can't announce right now.
Stay tuned.
Yes, that
It's called a
might
hook.
Yeah, might be next week, and I might be awoken. So
Yeah, well, let's not delete this show.
Exactly.
So we don't want to do that.
yes,
So always go to the Power Play Sports Collectibles Facebook page. You can check out all the signings and activities coming up, as well as hopefully an upcoming announcement of a potential sign or coming in soon, right?
yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I saw a text message come in. I'm just waiting for the
official.
official.
And
Go
if it comes
forth,
in
young
the next,
Skywalker.
right, and if it happens in the next 34 minutes, we'll be screaming.
Oh, yeah. I've already got the flyer. My guy, Chadman Designs, I give him credit. I told him put the flyer together for immediate, release if necessary because of short advertising.
Have the
lead.
send button. Have your finger on send.
It's
at
already
any
there.
moment, so.
Matter of fact, I think I sent it to Aaron, if I'm not mistaken.
I know I saw it.
Yep.
But 702-660-7666, $25 gift card, gift certificate available if you can answer the following trivia question.
Hey, Cage Quinney, son of Ken Quinney. Ken Quinney was a player for the Las Vegas Thunder, had two very popular line mates. That means obviously center and wing. And who were one of those two players? One was the number 1 draft pick for the Ottawa Senators. The other one played a couple games in the NHL for the Washington Capitals. I had to think about that for a second.
Okay.
And, just for a cup of tea. Unfortunately, he's a great scorer, but his size put him as a major disadvantage.
Right on. By the way, we want to send our thoughts and prayers to the Henri Richard family, who great Montreal Canadian, who won 11 Stanley Cup championships,
Amazing.
among many, many records with the Canadians that he set. And so he passed away this past week, which, of course, will affect his trade values and stuff for his cards, I'm sure.
And that goes into the most popular or unfortunate situation.
Hence
recently.
my segue.
Yes.
I'm glad you picked up on that.
For fake autographs.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, major amount of fake Kobe Bryant autographs
Yes.
out there in the public right now and coming out hand over fist. Obviously, he is not signing them. Now, let the listeners beware. Yes, basketball product in the future, because he signed the stickers. They won't be on-card autographs, but they'll be stickers. He did sign thousands of
Right.
those. So they will be part of the basketball products going forward. That was the plan anyway, so it wasn't like it changed anything. But, he is not signing basketballs. He is not signing jerseys, and people are putting them out there, and that's unfortunate.
I was going to say, if you got anything with a fresh signature, you better
Yeah,
check
like a
twice.
Babe Ruth baseball signed in Sharpie.
Exactly. Yeah,
but,
that's
But
not
the
gonna
same
work.
thing happened with Muhammad Ali. And the other thing is, we've got a media outlet, a CBS affiliate in Los Angeles, especially because that's where, Kobe played.
Absolutely.
Is talking how many fake autographs are doing stings now down there
Yeah.
for, it's just unfortunate. So buyer beware.
Absolutely.
If you go to a store or you check, first of all, if you're on eBay, and it's nothing a knock towards eBay, but if you see a Kobe Bryant autographed basketball or 8x10 or jersey for $50, read the description.
I was gonna say.
It's not going to be authentic.
If it's made in Pensacola, New Jersey, chances are it's not legitimate.
So if you're looking for a Kobe Bryant autograph and you're wanting a trading card of, reasonable value, make sure you get like a Panini certified or an Upper Deck certified, on-card autograph or a sticker autograph's fine. And, just make sure it's certified. If you're buying a basketball, a jersey, something of that nature, make sure you have the reputable certificate of authenticity with it. I'm not talking, Joe's Crab Shack down the street or something of that nature. Talk about them because they're out of business. But realistically, the signings that are done at my store, I can put my certificate on it.
Well, I was going to say, if anybody has a question
Yeah.
about the authenticity, how do they get in touch with you at the store or
Well, they
email?
can call us at 702-482-7529. So basically 482-PLAY.
Oh, there you go.
Give us a call, and I can put you in touch with a authenticator. We've got Chris, one of our great friends from JSA Authentications, one of the most popular in the country. He comes into my store 4 to 6 times a year, and you can bring your items down, get them authenticated. I've seen him say, I can't authenticate it. He never says they're fake. He just says, we can't authenticate them. And then we also, we also have PSA, PSA DNA that comes into town here every now and then. Most of the time you have to send the products in,
Right.
but having JSA come to the store and doing it on-site is great.
Absolutely.
But you see a lot of disappointed people, but
Right.
when they're buying it from the swap meet, what do you expect?
That's right.
It's nothing against, there are legitimate, people that sell
Right.
stuff at the swap meets and things like that. I did for years.
Right.
But
You still have to know what you're buying.
Yeah, buyer
So,
beware.
now, that's a nice segue into the following piece that you have.
Yes, in Pennsylvania. Is this you?
I
the
thought
lights are
this
you.
would enhance
Yes.
our story.
In Pennsylvania, a man is facing criminal charges for fake autographs. Michael Daly, 25, basically is being incarcerated. We caught one of the bad guys.
Yes.
Yes. And we're talking about, jerseys. We're talking about, baseballs of players. Why do it? I mean, all you're doing is hurting the industry and hurting the fans that are trying to buy something that, their favorite player.
Well, and it started off by he was using his Twitter account trying to solicit donations for a quote-unquote nonprofit,
Profit, too.
which was fictitious, and he ended up keeping the items and whatnot. And so, yeah, I mean, this is the kind of guy that, like we were just talking about, creating the bad side of the collectibles market.
Yes.
Who's doing shady things. So bottom line with a guy with a story like this, unless you know the person who, and you know him personally or her personally, that is in the collectibles market and knows what they're talking about, and they say that they're going to be doing some, or somebody like this who's going to be doing something for a nonprofit, verify it, do your due diligence, that the organization even exists. But if you want to get involved in purchasing that stuff, go to somebody who's in the business, who knows their stuff and knows what they're talking about. And, it's like I always say, you're not going to hire a plumber to paint your house.
True.
So why would you hire a plumber in the collectibles business when you know somebody who paints houses and is a painter to get your stuff correct?
Yeah. And, there's other stores here in town. There's Legacy. There's
Yep.
Ultimate. Great guys over at both locations. They can look at your items and put you in touch with JSA or PSA too. So if you're not in, the neighborhood of the Boulevard Mall, I play Switzerland. I've told you that before.
Yep.
I recommend going and seeing either Mark or Johnny over at Legacy, or
Yep.
going over and talking to the guys over at Ultimate over
Right.
on Fremont Street.
Yeah, in Indianapolis, it's Jeremy,
Yep.
I believe.
Yep, Jeremy.
Who used to be on Pawn Stars,
Stars.
but I digress. I don't know why they stopped using him, but they did.
Pawn Stars is Pawn Stars.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. All right, a couple other things. Let's stay with the NHL for 1 second. NHL legend Bob Gainey selling his championship rings and other memorabilia at auction.
Yeah, it's obviously a personal matter. I don't know if it's financial or, do the kids not want it? Might as well take the money and run now. But you have an opportunity to get some Stanley Cup items, championship rings, game-worn jerseys, trophies, and other memorabilia from classic auctions, which will be offering them up in their spring catalog, which they'll also probably have them display at the National.
Right on. So if you want some verified gear from the Montreal Canadiens, did he play with Richard? Probably.
Yeah.
Right. So there you go. So there's another tie-in there. Love it. Okay.
Our advertising plans.
Yes.
And we've got a big screen right in front of our desk here. Obviously, there's the
do.
flyer for Medusa, or the
Yes.
billboard.
Or Landra Blaze, depending upon how you remember her.
Exactly.
Brian Pillman.
You can have part of this advertising. We reach over 22,000 during some weeks in our viewing.
Absolutely.
Boulevard, yep.
This show.
TCA, Thoughts
Count Anywhere. Look, the bottom line is I personally am involved with 4 different shows here on Go Live Vegas, and I can put a package together that'll cover all 4 shows if you want to. However, we realize that certain shows have a different niche and are better fits, and we recognize that. We have packages. We have 4 different packages, 3 packages, plus a bonus depending upon how we lay it out. Bottom line is, whatever your budget needs are, trust me when I tell you we can make a marketing package fit your budget to cover our shows, product placement, maybe banner ads, whatever it is that you need to promote your business. And you need to get on the bandwagon because our viewership, as Scott mentioned, is skyrocketing week upon week upon week. Thoughts Count Anywhere from this past Wednesday is already close to, what did I say to you before the show, 8, 9, 10,000 views in less than 4 days.
Yep.
Last week's Twin Brothers show is over 11,000 so far. Prior to us going on hiatus with this show, we were in the tens of thousands. So you can email me direct if you want to. You can email me at aaronphillipslv2018@gmail.com. You can also send an email to sales at
powerplaysportscards.com.
why am I not remembering the email to Thoughts Count Anywhere? I think it's info at, is it?
Thoughts Count Anywhere is Thoughts Count Anywhere
Podcast at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
There you go.
We tag team that one.
We tried to. I know.
Matt, you needed to make that a little smaller.
Yes, exactly. But listen, we have packages that we can make fit, and you don't need a mortgage. You don't need a mortgage to be able to afford to advertise. Better yet, use my Go Live. Since we're talking about all the different shows, you can go to aaronphillips@golive.vegas, and you can email me. That's probably the better place to just tie everything in.
Yes.
And then I'll take that and we'll disperse it accordingly. That's aaronphillips@golive. See, I'm here so often they gave me my own email.
Your butt's going to be in that chair for the
I'm
next
here
4
till 1
hours
o'clock.
today.
Exactly.
No, and definitely, if you want to advertise, obviously we'd like advertisers, more of them. We have a few of them already. But realistically, some advertising is astronomical prices, is very reasonable. And not only if you're not up at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, which I shouldn't be, but I am. But realistically, you can, watch it later. And the ads are still going to be
That's the cool thing about podcasts. They're like sprinkles on the ice cream because those are all free running ads after the live airings of a show. And when you factor that into the cost of our packages, you're talking about pennies on the dollar for doing an advertisement that realistically that can last forever.
Yes.
Until we either die or take down the internet, one or the other. So
Coronavirus.
I know,
do
right?
that.
So listen, we've got Power Play Sports, which is obviously 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. We have the Fan Action Nation, another
right.
show that's kicking off at
And I'll be
10
filling
a.m.
in next week.
Right, and Scott will be filling in with me on that show. Go to jointhefan.com and you'll learn what that's all about. Twin Brothers from Different Mothers at 12 to 1 right here on Go Live. And then, of course, Thoughts Count Anywhere, which for us was really the flagship show that kind of got you, me, Matt, Johnny kind of all working together
Yes.
before we branched this show off as a sister show to that, or as a sequel, whatever you want to call it. So we've got 4 shows that we can spread the wealth. But the niche is sitting down and understanding what your needs are for us to make certain that we pair you with the right show or shows to get your message out best, right?
Absolutely.
Especially Power Play Sports. If you're a sports fan and like collectibles and you have a business that you know you're going to connect with people of the like, this is the show to promote your business on Power Play Sports Collectibles.
And you need to stop down to Power Play Sports Collectibles at the Boulevard Mall.
Boulevard Mall.
I can't tell you how many people have walked in the store now of fame. I mean, the other day, we had probably about a month ago, I should say, Evander Holyfield comes in, just walking around. And then Joe Cortez, Hall of Fame boxing referee, who had, the night prior, my wife and I had watched a local documentary about him turning his house into a assisted living or a retiree house because they wanted to downsize all their kids. So their 12 bedrooms that they had, they downsized because all the kids were gone. They spent a year and a half remodeling and millions of dollars to turn their old home, we'll call it, into a assisted living, which I'm going to apply for because I told him when he came in the store. First of all, he walks in, introduces himself, didn't need to be introduced, and we immediately started talking. He's talking about podcasts that he does. Oh. And his is only audio. So needless to say, we might be having Mr. Cortez, because I got to get a hold of him this weekend, because he was off, and have him as a guest, or maybe have his show here at the Go Live Studios. Oh. And I think our first show that we're going to do with him might be a remote. Sorry, Aaron. But I've seen pictures of his new house, the smaller one.
Okay.
My house can go inside the...
You know what, though? He's got to probably have memorabilia all over that place.
His... We'll call it man cave.
Yeah.
Looks like a boxing hall of fame.
Then that's where we should do the remote
and he has a ring in his man cave with a chair to watch the TVs. And don't forget, he's a Hall of Fame referee.
Yes.
But he was also a boxer.
Oh, my.
In his younger days.
Oh, my.
Won 2 matches in one night.
In one night?
One night.
Really?
Yes, and he was showing me pictures. He's very into the memorabilia and collectibles, so very down-to-earth gentleman, and wish him and his wife well with their ventures for, the elderly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And please when he comes on, we'll mention this, but when that is running, when that's ready to go, we will certainly help promote it here if need be on the show. But that'll be cool. We should do the remote there. Then we can pan and all the stuff he has up. You can talk about.
It's just amazing. Just the pictures he had in his phone were just.
I can see Aaron slouching in his chair right now as we're
know.
talking about this.
He can take his gun case. I love that. He's nice gun rifle case. He's got all the electronics.
Yeah, everything fits in there nicely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But God forbid he gets stopped at TSA. He's SC rude.
Don't say TSA around me, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, I know.
Okay, we talked about Zion, so we don't. Do you want to go to the Zamboni driver or Barry Treasure?
Let's go to Barry Treasure.
Barry Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor? I don't know.
It's early.
Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford wants to do number 5 at 77. Anyway.
He's going to come back as, Han Solo in the episode. Anyway, Barry Treasure. For those in the collectibles world, the 86-87 Fleer basketball is considered the holy grail of basketball cards.
Okay.
Because obviously that was the first major release. They had cards, in the 60s and that, but Fleer came out, and Michael Jordan happens to be the rookie card. It's rookie cards of everybody in that. And needless to say, we have found, or not we, I wish I was me, 7 unopened boxes.
Ooh.
Yes.
You're talking about card boxes, not cases of cards.
Well,
Like the boxes that they come in.
yeah,
right?
the little
Okay.
boxes. This happened to have 36 packs.
Gotcha.
It's wax packs. They have been certified that they haven't been tampered with by one of the authentication companies. And you're looking at approximately, $1,000 a box, easy.
Nice.
And some of the packs, when you had the Nationals, some people have like 4 or 5 packs just out of the box. Those were going for $500-$600. So getting the box for $1,000 would be just a steal anyway.
Right.
Because let's see how many George you can pull.
Absolutely. Hey, by the way, we're down to we only have about 18 minutes left. Before we move on, why don't we give the trivia question again, which is still up for grabs, 702-660-7666.
$25 gift certificate to Power Play Sports Collectibles at the Boulevard Mall. Cage Quinney, who is son of Ken Quinney, Las Vegas Thunder. His son's playing for the Golden Knights. Mm-hmm. Ken Quinney played for the Las Vegas Thunder and had 2 very popular line mates during his first 2 years. One was the number 1 draft pick for the Ottawa Senators. The other one was a young, smaller gentleman. Big Little Guy was his nickname. And
Can I add another sub question to that,
Sure.
hoping we get somebody to call in?
sure.
If you know Ken Quinney's sweater number when he played, give us that answer. Let's see if we can give it away with me.
There was talk that he should have gotten his dad's number with the Golden Knights, but there's
Really?
a little controversy
Oh,
about that
we'll
one.
share that
Yes.
after we get an answer to the question. So 702-660-7666 to win that $25 gift certificate to shop at Power Play Sports
Anything,
Collectibles.
$25.
I'm getting an eye look from our producer. No, we're good. Oh, okay. I thought you were looking at me through the corner of your eyes.
Yeah, we got any hints. So number 1
Well,
draft.
I just did. I
yeah.
gave an easier question.
Yeah, number
I
1
didn't
draft
see
pick
that.
for the Ottawa Senators, and also the other gentleman played a cup of coffee, we'll say, with the Washington Capitals, but is considered one of the all-time leading scorers in the IHL and the Swedish league, by the way.
There you go.
Yes.
And free meatballs.
Yes.
Anyway,
Houston Astros
yes.
scandal, heavens.
Oh, I didn't know something happened with the Houston Astros.
Yes.
Oh, fastball.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Did you see the mic'd up?
Yes.
I love that they're doing this in spring training. Players on teams are getting mic'd up, which I think is a great experience. And then was it Chris Bryan for the Cubs?
No, it was one of the Cubs players who
Yeah.
basically has a tendency to talk during his at bat, and I used to do that too. Just kind of calm yourself down and walk through the steps.
Right.
And actually said, "I need to hear a drum. I need to hear a drum."
Yeah, it was funny. It was a great experience. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, little league teams now are changing their names. They don't want to be associated with Houston or the Astros.
Yes. And there's a lot. I mean, a lot of little league teams.
Yes.
Take their names from major league teams. Astros, Dodgers,
Yankees, yeah.
Pirates. You always see those.
Yeah.
And I think it's in California where the league has basically said there will be no Astros. Well, obviously California because the World Series was against the Dodgers.
Right.
They feel they stole.
Right.
So yeah, and then a few of the players are now coming out realistically giving proper apologies. A couple of the pitchers who are no longer with the Astros have
Right.
said that they'd be willing to give back their World Series ring.
Well, there you go. Listen, all the posturing that they did at the beginning of spring starting with the owner's really pathetic apology.
It was pathetic. What person in the marketing media department let them read those?
Whoever it is should be fired. That person should be fired.
Beaten on the drum.
Easily. That's right. Lay him over the drum. Beat him silly with a communicator. Anyway, so listen, push comes. I think now the players are realizing they need to do damage control going
Yes.
into the regular season because it's going to be hostile. The only place they're going to be safe is going to be at home.
Yes, and Altuve, who won the MVP, basically took that away from Aaron Judge.
Absolutely.
A lot of people feel the boos he's getting when he gets to home plate for his at-bats is incredible.
Can't imagine the first time they step foot into Yankee Stadium. That's all I'm going to say.
Or when they do the interleague games in
Yeah.
Dodger Stadium.
Oh, there you go. That's right. Do they play each other this year in interleague?
I'm not 100% sure, but I could tell you this: I'd wear a good batting helmet,
Yes.
face mask, also.
I'd go up with a goalie equipment on.
Yes,
That's all.
a blocker.
Exactly. So, all right. So, be interesting to see what happens as the season progresses. We're down to 14 minutes, folks. Get your answers in. We've given you hints. We've even given you a subtext question. to answer, if you can tell us what was his sweater number when he played for the Thunder.
Where are the true hockey fans in
Yeah.
Las Vegas?
This is crazy. Speaking of true hockey fans,
Yes.
dreams do come true. You talk about Field of
Oh.
Dreams. In this case, it's Ice of Dreams.
Everybody's calling him the Zamboni driver. Yes, he was a Zamboni driver, but he was actually, his current job is he's in charge of operations for the old arena in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
But David Ayers, 42-year-old maintenance operations manager and part-time Zamboni driver, stopped 8 of 10 shots
Mm-hmm.
as an emergency goalie for the Carolina Hurricanes. Now,
Oh, there he is. He's up on the screen.
Yes.
He looks
well,
good in the uni.
Absolutely. Now, if you notice, he's got Maple Leafs pads and helmet
Yes.
because the game was obviously in Toronto.
Right?
The rule is that the home team has to provide an emergency goalie.
Okay.
That goalie can play for either team.
Okay.
So if the starter and the backup go down, the emergency goalie has to come in the game.
Wow.
So that's why you see the Toronto helmet, because obviously he's in Toronto. He works out with the Maple Leafs,
Right.
goes to their practices. Unfortunately, both Carolina Hurricanes goaltenders went down.
Jeez.
So he had to go into the other locker room, get a jersey. They put it together for him.
Right on.
And he came out, he gets a warm-up because of the emergency
Right.
situation.
Right.
And the first 2 shots he let in. It was clear that, nerves and
Sure.
got to
Timing.
Oh my God. You
Yeah.
know, he never played professional hockey. He
Right.
played, high level college and, obviously played, as, in
Mm-hmm.
the warm ups and things of that nature. But what a great story. He comes in and then the third period stops all 8 shots,
Right?
gets the win.
And here's the best part. He's got his own trading card now.
Yes, that's what we put up.
That's
Upper
right.
Deck
That
is-
was the trading card.
And that's why we brought it onto the show here, is Upper
Nice.
Deck has actually put a trading card. God bless them for doing that, because, that is just awesome. The Carolina Hurricanes also flew him down to Carolina.
Right.
And did a little tribute for him. And, it's just those dreams come true stories.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And he's going to have his first Upper Deck trading card. It's going to be available Game Dated Moments program, card number 57. So you can get that. There'll be different parallels, 1 of 10, 1 of 100s, everything to jack the price up. But God bless him. And he's going to be offered, appearances to
Sure.
do.
He had his
autograph
15 minutes
sessions.
of fame, and it's going to grow from there.
Jersey's in the Hall of Fame right now, and God bless him. I mean,
How many jerseys is the team selling now?
Did
Did they have his name on the back, or did it say Zamboni?
And there's actually a YouTube because the jersey guys, the equipment guys are awesome,
Yeah.
especially in hockey. They were able to put the jersey together, and it's sewn on lettering.
Sure.
It's actually ironed on, but
Right.
they spell it out, put the nameplate on the back of a jersey. It was number 90, and go out there and have fun.
Absolutely.
And that's what the players were telling him, because he had never met any of the Carolina Hurricanes players, because he's on the Toronto organization.
Right.
So he was playing against his other
His-
team.
his-
his
he
real
was playing
team.
against his team, yeah.
And the thing of it is, he didn't get paid for that game.
Okay,
You
I
sign
didn't know that.
You sign an emergency contract.
Right.
No pay.
Really?
So it's for the love of the game that he
Wow.
does this.
But was he taken care of afterwards, though?
Oh,
I got to
he
imagine
was definitely taken care of.
I gotta
I've heard some
imagine.
stories, and God bless the Carolina Hurricanes players. They stepped up and made it his day.
Good. Yeah, I'm sure they did. I bet he could probably retire for the rest of the year, probably.
I don't think he's going to be driving that Zamboni anymore. He's going to be owning the Zamboni.
That's right. Air Zamboni Company coming to a rink near you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I noticed in the information that we have compiled here, there's no price for his card, and it seems to be only available online.
Yes. What they're going to do is
And it
Upper
just
Deck-
went online
Yes.
yesterday.
His Upper Deck, they have these where you can log into upperdeck.com or
Mm-hmm.
ud.com, and you can buy specific event cards. And
Okay.
so I'm pretty sure they're probably sold out. When Barry Bonds they were, way back then,
Sure.
they were still doing it. Barry Bonds they put a special trading card for him breaking the record,
Right.
and things of that nature.
Any idea as to what it's going for? Did you happen to notice?
I did not. Most of the time, the cards started about $9.99.
Okay.
Just like WWE's.
Right.
Yeah.
Network,
Pay-per-view.
which will be going away soon,
Yes,
probably
exactly.
ESPN at $40 show.
But they usually start at $9.99, and then obviously they sell out, and then you'll see them on eBay later on for
Right.
$29.99, $39, and then up.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
His day will come. Be interesting to see. Do players get a piece of card sales like that?
I'm sure they got,
or at least they're obviously contracted. I got to assume to
Yes.
use their likeness on cars.
Absolutely, they'll get a piece of the pie.
Okay.
And I don't think he's going to be worried about for at least the next year, the rest of
Easily.
this hockey season,
for him.
doing appearances, and it's like a story, dream come true.
And here, the irony of all of this: he was 42, stepping in as a emergency goalie in that situation, and Knights fans are complaining about Marc-Andre Fleury at 37. Think about that, folks.
Yeah.
For whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Or don't think about it. It's
Yeah,
up
exactly.
to you. It's up to you.
So the people out there who have not called in with the trivia question,
Yeah.
we're just going to give it, if you don't hear it, I'm going to give you the answer here in a few minutes because, I've been told that we are a hockey town.
Well,
Well, if you're a hockey town, step up to the plate. And you know how I'm very vocal and realistic.
now what if somebody calls in from out of the local area and gets a
Absolutely.
question? You'll still arrange to have the ticket for that or the certificate for them when they come in, right?
here, or I can arrange it where they can go online to our website and purchase items there.
Oh, there you go. Or they can give it to me, whatever they'd like.
I think the latter is what you're hoping for.
702
I see you Googling on your phone over there. And
660-7666.
Ken Quinney, father of Cage Quinney of the Knights, played for the Las Vegas Thunder.
Problem is, I couldn't find that on Google because I wouldn't know how to spell Quinny. That would be my
jeez.
problem.
His two line mates for the Las Vegas Thunder. One was the number 1 draft pick for the Ottawa Senators. The other one was the big little guy who played a cup of tea up at the Washington Capitals, but was one of the all-time leading scorers in the IHL, along with the Swedish League. And if we don't hear it in, let's say, 2 minutes,
Did you want to give one as a, and we'll
okay.
just have name the other one
Okay, well, I'll
with
give
the jersey sweater number?
Well, Ken Quinney was number 21
Okay.
for the Las Vegas Thunder, and there was talk that Cage should have taken his dad's, but just the day prior was the release of Cody Eakin, who was number 21 for the Golden
gotcha,
Knights.
gotcha.
So Cage did not want to take that number because
Okay.
Cody was a fan favorite here, one of the
Yeah.
original Misfits.
Sure.
The realistic sign of the thing it just wasn't a great PR move.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
But let's give one of the answers.
So we're increasing your odds by 50%.
Absolutely.
Go for it. Give us one of the answers.
Patrice Lefebvre,
Oh, there you
the
go.
big little guy.
All right.
Great young hockey player. Played in Sweden. Played over in the IHL here
Okay.
at the Las Vegas Thunder. One of the league's all-time leading scorers.
Right on.
Unfortunately, he was not of big stature.
No.
Yeah, and so he would get pushed around quite a bit.
Quite easily.
Yeah, in the NHL.
We have about 9 minutes left according to the timekeeper, so you have 4 minutes to call in.
Absolutely.
Give us the other line mate.
Yeah, and it can't be that hard. You can Google it. It's a number 1 draft pick of the Ottawa Senators.
What year?
Now you're putting me on task, aren't you?
All right, you'll figure it out though. And
Exactly.
Quinny, KW. No, I know Q. I don't know. I don't know how to spell it. All right, buried treasure. Let's talk about buried treasure in the time we have remaining, sir.
Well, buried treasure. Where are we now?
We're on the page 4.
Well, we already
or
did
3.
we already did buried
Under
treasure.
the Zion Williams. We did.
Yes, we did buried treasure. It's the '87 basketball.
I was paying attention. Honestly, I was. Did we cover everything?
I think we did on my 4 pages. We did.
Wow.
We touched on everything.
Well, I'm opening up his email on the run sheet, folks, and there it is. There's 4 pages, and I was wondering when it was going to stop.
Yes.
But we got through pretty much everything here. Let's remind everybody about some of the signings and stuff you have going on at the store. Let's talk
Absolutely. Next Sunday from 12 to 2, we have Brian Pillman Jr. He is a future legend in the pro wrestling business, doing a lot of indie stuff. Probably be either in AEW or WWE within the next year.
that. Okay,
And then he will be signing from 12 to 2 right in front of the store
right on.
at Power Play Sports Collectibles, Boulevard Mall, close to the movie theater and Heads Up Escape Room.
On the entertainment side of the
exactly.
mall.
And there's a pretzel place right across that you always
Not
visit.
anymore?
Oh,
She must miss me.
She does.
Because after Wednesday
Stock
night...
dropped.
Exactly.
And then also in April, we've got Medusa, WWE Hall of Famer, otherwise known as
Alundra Blaze.
who was known for being obviously a great wrestler, but dropping the WWE belt in the garbage can on a WCW broadcast. Which
First night she appeared.
Yes, first night. And that was during the whole WCW
Monday Night Wars.
Wars.
But what did she do at the Hall of Fame induction when they inducted her into the WWE Hall of Fame? Do you remember?
I don't remember that.
She comes out with the garbage can in her hand.
Oh, that's right.
And before she starts her speech, she reaches into the can, brings the belt back out, And I think she said something along the lines, finally, the belt has come home, or something along those lines. But listen, it was nice to see that she did that as part of her induction, and just kind of acknowledged that movement, which was kind of cool to see that she did that.
You know, and she was the one that spurred. If people don't realize it, she's the one that spurred the whole thing with Bret Hart.
Yeah.
In the Montreal screw job, as
Right.
they call it.
Right.
Because Vince McMahon was not going to allow the men's title to be
Right.
dropped in the garbage can. Because
Correct.
Bret had signed a contract with WCW.
Right.
And had to drop the belt, didn't want to drop it in Canada, and the story goes on.
Right. Absolutely. Speaking of which, Dark Side of the Ring, which did
Oh,
a nice
awesome.
job presenting that last year, will be back with season 2, and I am excited as all get out. I think the highlight of this year is going to be the Chris Benoit story,
I agree.
because that's one of the stories that are there. But yeah, check your local listings for Dark Side of the Ring will be coming back, and that'll give us a lot to talk about on Wednesday nights.
Yeah,
and a lot of that may also impact, though, the collectibles industry for the stuff that the people are talking
Absolutely.
about there in those documentaries.
And I'm still checking my
I
message.
know. We're waiting for...
We're waiting for a mysterious possible guest for next Sunday, and I am not.
And I
hearing-
hope when you get the message, you don't delete it. I don't want you to delete the message.
I won't delete it.
Okay, please
But,
don't.
you know-
because that's not good at all.
I know.
If you delete it,
And you know, I
and you're going to be here with
awake,
me next week twice to talk about it too.
and I might be awake to see the message
Yes,
because
it
he's
would-
in a different time zone.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you awoken.
Yes.
To get the message.
Exactly.
Anyway, if you don't know who it is by this time, you're living
not a-
under a
you're
rock.
not a wrestling
No,
fan.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's give the other answer. I guess the $25 gift
Okay.
card will be rolled over to next week.
Absolutely. The other answer was Radek Bonk.
Who?
You're not a hockey fan.
I never said I was, but I never. But that sounds more Klingon than anything. Radek Bach.
He was the #1 draft pick for the Ottawa Senators.
Okay.
Came back here with contract dispute for a little while. Also, the team was independent, so they didn't have to worry about affiliations.
Gotcha.
So they brought him back. He played for half a year here. Other stars played for the Las Vegas Thunder too, including Curtis Joseph, Mano Rayon, first female to play in an NHL game. And it was a great team. And unfortunately, you know, because of contracts, leasing arrangements with
Sure.
the Thomas and Mack, they just couldn't continue.
Yeah, which was a shame because the ECHL teams, because I was pretty much into the Wranglers. The
Right.
Thunder had just wrapped up when I moved here, but the Thunder was great.
The
I
Thunder
loved
was
it.
Thunder was awesome. People don't realize that a lot of it has to do with the venues you play in.
Absolutely.
things
And
of
the
that
Orleans
nature.
was a great arena, I thought, to play
Orleans
hockey.
was a great arena. They didn't really have to worry about rent when
No.
the team was owned by Boyd, so
Very
they
true.
were rent free.
And speaking of which, the new AHL franchise that'll be under the Wranglers
AHL.
from San Antonio
Yes.
will be playing at the Orleans.
They'll be playing at the Orleans for the first year.
Yeah.
And then my understanding is the arena in Henderson will be ready.
Oh, okay.
9,000 seats. They say they're almost sold out. Wink, wink, nod, nod. There's just too much sports in Las Vegas.
Well, I want to get your opinion from a collectible standpoint.
Yes.
For the first time in this city and maybe in all of sports history, we have both the AAA level and the major league level of the same organization in one town. Will two teams like that survive?
No.
And number two,
Did I
there
say
you
that
go.
quick enough?
You did, and I kind of agree. And how could that impact the collectibles market for the Knights having the AHL team? There's something about watching your homegrown talent move up. I get that.
True.
But
and it's going
I'm
to be
curious.
great because our affiliation right now is Chicago.
Right.
And the same thing when, you know, we had the Blue Jays and the Mets and stuff
Right.
like that for the AAA team here.
Right.
You want your younger guys or the lower levels, you can pull them out quickly.
Right.
They could drive to the arena
Absolutely.
in 10 minutes. Unfortunately, Las Vegas is not big enough yet. And
Right.
the Knights, it's a dream come true for stories.
Absolutely.
With everything that happened.
It's a Cinderella story if I can get my teeth to
And
work.
unfortunately, now you're seeing a lot of locals
Yeah.
rebelling because they can't afford it.
Right.
They can't afford the tickets.
Well, we may be hearing more about the Knights and season tickets and stuff in the future.
Absolutely. We have our next show walking in here to the studio.
Yes, 10 a.m. Make sure you stay tuned here to GoLive.Vegas. Our house, our voice. The Fancast will be making its debut and launching with some huge announcements and talking about what the Fan Action Nation is. And I'm proud to say that Mr. Scott Hosey is a member of the nation.
Yes.
And we're going to see double duty of Scott next week because not only will he be here next week doing our show, but he will be filling in, and don't worry about filling in for my shoes, but you're filling in for the founder Andrew
The
Coppell
pressure.
as the co-host of the show, at least early on. So no pressure, but we're going
I'll
to
be
see
filling
Scott.
some big shoes.
We're going to be seeing Scott double duty next week.
Next week's going to be busy for both of us.
Yes.
With Toy Con's in town
Oh, yes.
So,
we have interviews lined up for Thoughts Count Anywhere
and Power Play.
and Power Play, and I might as well as just like leave my house and sleep in a motel in my car.
Your
'Cause I'll be-
wife's, you walk in and she's like, who are you?
I know, especially the last couple
Where's
of
our
weeks. which
red
is good.
light? Can we have our red light, please?
Oh, yeah, our 1 minute is, give us our red light
Yes.
1 minute wrap up time.
Because I miss our red light. Because the Fiend might be coming. That might be the guest. Could that be the guest? But it could be close to the guest.
Could be.
It could have been related to the guest.
Could be.
It could have been a tag team partner.
They could have been champions.
Yes.
Or were they?
I don't know. Why are we doing Johnny's
I
lights?
have no idea.
You-
Well,
you-
I don't know. Because he didn't bring the red light up, so I thought I'd throw some lights in. All right, we're down to about a minute. Closing thoughts.
Just come on down, talk to me over at Power Play Sports Collectibles. I got a great staff down there. We can help you with any of your collectibles needs. And there it
There we
is.
go. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Yes. And other than that, I'm out of here.
All right, there
Have
you
a good
go.
week.
Be sure you tune in to us next week, 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., whatever time it is. But stay close to the Power Play Sports Collectibles Facebook page for a big announcement that will not be deleted once it's up there. Have a great week, everybody. For Scott, I am Aaron. See you next week on Power Play Sports Collectibles podcast.